game, but there is no rest for the wicked here. That sounded kind of mean, actually. What I'm trying to say is Solar is immediately going into our final series of the evening. Another best of 5, this time a PvZ. Kicking things off on Lightshade LE here in the bottom right-hand corner map, all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Korea. He's going to be representing KZ Gaming. KZG! He is Solar.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He took a little bit of a break, but he is here. He is back for you guys, for the puppy bears in the chat. The sugar bears, the sugar puppy bears, the people. He is, of course, the red Protoss, PartinG.
And PartinG really is nothing if not a man of the people. Well, at least a man of his fans.
He really is. He really is. Again, for those wondering, PartinG, he's teamless right now. You know, he's kind of fueled by his fans, by his viewers, by his Twitch.
Yeah, whether it's inside of the game itself or even antics outside of it, he knows exactly what we want to see, and he never fails to deliver.
Exactly. And we'll see what he has in store for us here in this PvZ. Again, PartinG had some time to rest. He's warmed up after his series versus Clem. And now he's here up against Solar. Solar, who had a bit of a rough time, and I feel like I'm getting a bit of deja vu here. Maybe times have changed, but you know this as well as I. Solar, mate, he hates playing against Skytoss.
That he does. The more things change, more things stay the same. I'm hoping Solar has either been able to come up with another way of trying to end the game early than those Hydra timings. It does feel like they've been figured out by now. A lot of Protoss players just know how to defend against Hydra timings, and sometimes it is very map specific that the Zerg player is able to pull that off.
Exactly. Oh boy, we'll see what he has. I mean, to be fair, like these early Zerg pushes, they do lend well to a map like Lightshade. Lightshade is a very small map comparable to the other maps here, but PartinG, he's not going for a Stargate opening.
Ooh, that he is not. Again, just likes to give the viewers what they like to see. Most likely going to be a glaive adept build coming out here, but I'm just gonna say it's not out of the question for PartinG specifically to go for Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the gateway count because right now there's only one gateway, so I'm feeling a Dark Shrine, man. Unless he throws down more. We'll
I mean, he's gonna have to at least plug up that hole, but will he commit to just 2 gateways? I mean, got a bit of an earlier robo facility. So he does want to prioritize there we go.
Mate.
Was there ever any doubt?
As a Zerg player, I can smell the Dark Shrine, mate. Even when it's not there. The fear is there, mate. So we do have a Dark Shrine opening here from PartinG. Solar, his Overlord is here at the natural base, so he's gonna have a hard time getting in and scouting what is coming his way.
Solar trying to keep eyes on what PartinG is up to. A couple of adepts here so far, nothing to really tip him off. When a Warp Prism makes its way across the map, though, it's going to be a bit of a different story.
Yeah,
there are no spores yet.
Exactly. So far, the Overlord hasn't made it in. Meanwhile, these Lings, if they're in a good position, they will see the Warp Prism, and that will be a tell. Meanwhile, all these adepts are doing such a good job at just denying vision.
Chasing them down,
yeah. Oh god.
Oh, but they do immediately get surrounded. It's a decent position, though. There's not too much surface area. The Warp Prism comes in and will pick them up. And now Solar's thinking, oh yeah, he's going to be aggressive. I'm going to throw down the Spine Crawler. Little does he know, it's the other crawler he needs.
Yeah, he still doesn't know it's DTs. The DTs finally show themselves. Solar, he should recognize this. There we go, cancels the Spine and goes for the Spores.
Whew. In good enough positions as well. He's keeping his Lings here to find a good time to just surround and body block these DTs. They shouldn't be getting too much damage done. forcing out a couple of transfuses. Does manage to get a queen at the very least.
Yeah, but there was some nice body blocking there by Solar. Ooh, the Wolverine takes a lot of hits, does just barely escape, but Solar didn't sustain any economic damage.
Whoa.
Damn.
Pretty well done here. Team to warp in a couple
No,
more DTs.
no!
And that wall is on the wall! Now it is!
Ah.
Oh, so shaky for a sec.
Jesus Christ, PartinG, calm down.
I must kill this overlord. That is what I was warped in to do.
Jesus, I mean,
You also warped in to hold the wall.
yeah, to be a goddamn door stalker, right? Calm down, buddy. He does hold position.
I have bigger ambitions than that.
We have a shield battery behind this as well, so the Stalker will stand strong. Meanwhile, PartinG throws down 4 additional gateways behind this, still keeping his opponent busy with these DTs.
Yeah, and behind that, he hasn't morphed them into Archons just yet, the DTs. I mean, he's getting Blink, he is getting +1. PartinG looking to do PartinG things. And just out micro his opponent, it seems.
Oh god, exactly. Meanwhile, I was waiting for it. The lair is done now for Solar, working on that roach speed, not doing anything crazy like going for a spire or anything like that. Meanwhile, the DTs are still finding a lot of damage. Oh my god.
Yeah, this Overseer should put an end to that, but they managed to make it out with a couple of queens, some transfuse energy being forced out. Not too bad in the at the end of the day, and now the gateways are finished up. +1 is halfway there.
Yep, that it is. Meanwhile, PartinG, he wants to get into those, I imagine, disruptors, maybe even Colossus, with that robotic spay as it is about to finish up. Solar, meanwhile, again, he's done a really good job at just keeping these drones alive. Yeah, spoke too soon.
Not that drone specifically, but all the rest of them are still alive. You're welcome.
In general, like,
yeah.
the drones have survived for Solar. And against this kind of opening, like, this is what you want. Like, so far, his economy is relatively untouched.
Yeah, sure, he was forced to make more lings than he would have liked. Sure, he was forced to get a couple of spore crawlers up and running, but he's still mining. He, well, for the longest time, wasn't supply capped, but will be able to overtake the army count. That said, PartinG's looking at Soul Train.
Oh yeah, we have that second robo on the way. I'm still waiting to see what exactly, whether or not he wants to commit to Colossus or Disruptors. Maybe he wants to keep an eye on the army first before he makes his decision. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a run by. Gonna hit this 4th base, and this is looking a little bit vulnerable, not gonna lie.
Yeah, especially if that Northern base decides to hit. Army decides to hit. The DTs are here, no detection. Thankfully, there is a cancel right at the end. But do you really want to cancel out a base like that? Do you really want to cancel a base and be on even bases as your Protoss opponent? I don't think so.
I feel bad, especially after Solar went up against Clem. I just give this poor man a 4th. just let him expand.
I just want to mine.
That's all he wants to do. He just wants a decent economy.
I won't build any army units if you just let me mine.
Oh god, we'll see if he can get there, because there we go, double disruptor production has started with both of those robos. PartinG himself is getting a 4th base at around the same time as Solar. Finally, the DTs are going to be cleaned up. I guess that's something here. But yeah, PartinG, his army is starting to get a little bit scary. Just a bit.
Really is. Solar is looking to find his own army. Hive just finished up, and a couple of Vipers are on the way. Lurker Den going to be finishing up soon, but this is a very awkward moment where Solar is just beginning to transition his army, and PartinG is already looking to push out.
Exactly. This is the moment here for PartinG, where the Lurkers are not done quite yet, but Solar has to just buy a little bit more time, because 4 Lurkers are on the way. With them, he can potentially defend. The problem is that maybe we already have Disruptors to help deal with the Lurkers.
Yeah, we do. You don't even need detection so long as you know where the Lurkers are borrowed at. Decent Bile takes out a sentry, but yeah, not enough land on the force fields. There we go. The Purification Novas are forcing the Lurkers back. Another one! Actually connects to the Spore Crawler.
Interesting. Yeah, he does get the Queen. He does get that at least, but didn't opt to go for the Lurker. Instead, PartinG has to wait a little bit longer for the rest of his Purification Novas to reset, as more Disruptors do join the army. Meanwhile, getting ready for a Zealot run by.
Absolutely no from base, unfortunately, for PartinG, but if there was, it would be devastating. And to be fair, multi-prongs are really gonna hurt Solar right now. It just doesn't have quite enough to split up the supply. Wait, PartinG versus Observer?
I guess it flew too close to the sun, and by the sun I mean the Spore Crawler.
By the sun, you mean Solar.
Hey. Meanwhile, the Zealots towards the north do get caught out, so Solar, he does defend, and he even pushes away the main army of PartinG. Those, like, there was so much potential in those disruptor shots, but he didn't get a single lurker. Like that, I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, he wasn't certain where those lurkers were burrowed at, so if this multi-prong hit and he was able to wipe out those lurkers and continue pushing from there, it would have been devastating for Solar, but bit of a mistiming here, not having the Observer in position, not able to deal with the lurkers just yet, did really cost him the momentum. And now Solar's looking to reciprocate.
Yeah, oh god, meanwhile, okay, he has to be so careful. He's defending with just lurkers and vipers. Meanwhile, he goes for a massive run by with his lings, his roaches, and his ravagers, and PartinG, he does pull back.
Yeah, he kind of has to. I don't believe he has a recall available just yet, and a recall might actually take him out of position. Cybercore goes down, so only Zealots can be warped in for now. This force will get sandwiched, but this is a force that Solar is more than willing to lose. He actually burrows the lurkers right behind the army of PartinG and is able to take off a lot of key units. Look at how few disruptors are left.
Yeah, I was shocked. I apologize I wasn't fully caught on camera there, but the lurkers of Solar, they killed basically every single disruptor because PartinG wasn't paying attention to his army. Oh no.
Well, he was, but he was paying attention to the wrong location of his army.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, Solar, there's only one disruptor left here, and what is one disruptor gonna do against all these lurkers?
Try its goddamn hardest, but even that might not be enough.
I mean, while we have a Nidus here in the main base, PartinG is being pulled apart here. He cannot break the defensive position here of Solar. And again, these lurkers, they can all just go into that Nidus. But, oh, it is denied.
Yeah, now the Nidus is up, yeah. But I mean, at this point, it's just insult to injury. Solar finally has his 4th base up and running. He's looking to get a 5th base. He's just looking for ways to pull PartinG across the map away from his mining direction.
Yeah,
or the direction of his bases.
And I'm just a little bit worried because PartinG, he didn't rebuild those disruptors. He's got 2, sure, but he's building more observers because he needs detection to help deal with the lurkers. And now in comes Solar. Now is his opportunity. Now is his timing. Oh my god.
Looking to concave on top of this. Unfortunately, it's a little bit awkward to do with lurkers, so yeah, he will have to find another engagement. These Hydras do eat a lot of storms, but they are still alive.
Yeah,
that's really starting to put the hurt on top of these lurkers, but is it going to be enough? Reinforcements coming in for Solar.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the disruptors, they just don't get the shots they need. There were 2 High Templar that were both focused down as well. Sure, they got a storm up, but I don't think it was enough. And now he's trying to break this here. He does have detection, but he just can't get through the lurkers.
It was a really good concave if there were just a few less lurkers in position. Once those spines really start stacking, that's when you see a Protoss army just go bye-bye.
Oh my god, exactly. And there we go. There's almost nothing left here, only pure gateway units. He's trying to do whatever he can, trying to focus on whatever lurkers he can, but oh god, you just can't do it any longer. And Solar, he's broken through with his lurkers, with his Hydras, and his Vipers.
Yeah, Cert base is gonna go down, and PartinG, he's trying to get stuff done. He's catching off a couple of reinforcements, but
look at these observers.
He's warping in as desperately as he can. Yeah, he's got a lot of minerals, he can get a lot of Zealots out, but he does not have a gas bank whatsoever.
Yeah.
As Solar continues to get more high-tech gas-heavy units, even splits right at the choke point.
Exactly. And these observers, like, they're a big deal because, again, like, sure, PartinG did need detection, but this ate into his production time to make disruptors. And that's why when the attack happened, there were only, like, 3 disruptors remaining there for PartinG. He needed a higher count, and he just didn't have it. Meanwhile, he goes for a DT run-by, dealing a surprising amount of damage, to be honest. But at the end of the day, like, the main army here is just looking so powerful. Never mind, PartinG, he actually, oh my god, he actually gets on top of everything.
Whoa, even able to clear out the lurkers. That is honestly pretty impressive. Their army supplies are about even. Now, Solar definitely had a bit more of an economy to remake these units, but he's just spent his bank, and if he continues to throw his supply away, there is a way for PartinG to completely go for the counterattack, and he does.
Mate, there wasn't enough to protect the lurkers earlier, and they all got surrounded. They all got eaten up. Again, like, I wasn't focusing the camera on that because I thought, you know what, like, I mean, he was done. There was no way he was gonna deal with it. Never mind. And now, without lurkers, charge on Archon. Mate, that is king. Lurkers are on the way, to be fair. They're about to finish up, but
now there are observers.
My god, that they are. There are 2 observers remaining. Meanwhile, the lurkers is still getting a lot of damage, but the Archons are trying to get on top of them, and he is. What?
PartinG against all odds takes game number 1. There are an infinite amount of universes out there. This is the only one where PartinG is able to turn that game around from that position. The absolute madman. I'm impressed. Very impressed.
There are no words. I was speechless at the end of that, mate. I was like, oh my god. I'm watching it again here, and like I'm looking at the stream.
As it catches up.
Look at the supply. Look at the suit, mate.
He's got twice the army supply.
He's got twice the supply.
Purification novas aren't that big.
Yeah.
They weren't that juicy.
Yeah, that's why I panned away. Because you pan away. Because I'm like, yeah, this harassment across the map, I guess that's more important. I didn't think that it was possible to break this lurker position in the natural. I still
especially not with zealots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Solar just can't catch a break now, can he?
He can't. It's just not Solar's. You know what it is? Mate, the sun is down in Korea right now, you know? It
is. And that's when PartinG comes out like a where? Bear? Question mark? Where sugar puppy? Question mark? I don't know. Alright, game number 2. It is gonna be on Blackburn immediately. Oh boy. I can see you catching up with stream.
Yeah, I'm still just it's crazy. Stream is catching up as well. They're all shocked as well. They're like, what just happened? What just happened? What happened was that Solar's just not having it's just not his day, mate. It's just not his day.
Not having a great time.
Oh god.
Well, hopefully that starts to change here on Blackburn. LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, fighting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. Things were really looking up for him in that game number 1, but sometimes you just get sandwiched, and from there, you're unable to... I'm trying to come up with an analogy for a sandwich. Sometimes you get put between bread, and you're just unable to break out of the bread? Question mark? That's where I'm going with that. Gonna be representing KZ Gaming. KZG, a Blue Zerg player. He is Sola.
I'm still processing what just happened. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE. You know who we have? We have the player who doesn't give up. We have the player who is fueled and powered by his sugar puppy bears in the chat. He's a madman. He's insane. He's relentless. It is PartinG.
So many ways to describe him, but I do believe that just about sums it up in it. Absolutely relentless, absolutely insane. Always able to find these little positions to get these engagements he needs.
I just worry for Sola's mental state. That's what I worry for. Thankfully, he doesn't have to play DreamHack later on today. You know, just Clem, so he doesn't have to worry about his mental states later on.
Yeah, it's just partially why we decided to have Clem play out his series first.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't imagine what he's. what would be going through his mind here, especially because PartinG in recent months has kind of been his nemesis.
He really has, and I'm still All right.
They have
Yeah.
had very close games, but somehow, especially, and we've seen it happen in that game on Lightshade, somehow PartinG is always able to find the one key, the one factor that's going to be able to make him barely edge out the game.
Exactly. And what I will say is that you know, Zergs in the chat, give Solar your energy because he needs it. He he desperately needs it here because he just hasn't had the best of times today in his series. Oh boy. And now he's up against PartinG, and here in game 2, and PartinG this time is switching things up and going for a Stargate.
Something a lot more standard and something that I'm sure Solar is a lot more happy to see. Well, potentially. Depends if he's able to end the game in time.
Oh boy,
He knows how to deal with... Yeah, he knows how to deal with a Stargate opening. Not quite a Stargate late game.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if PartinG does go for double Stargate Void Ray here, like, this is a pretty good map for a queen push, not gonna lie. So we could see that from Solar. He's done that many a time. He's gone for Hydra timings as well. We'll see what is in meta here for Solar as he dives in to the main base with his Overlord, and he will scout the Stargate. He will scout the Void Ray.
Yeah, that Overlord is not long for this world, but it serves its purpose. Ooh, might be able to see the other Void Ray in production. Just barely, maybe. Yep.
That he did, and ooh, even though we have 2 Void Rays, we do not have a commitment into Skytoss from PartinG as he goes into a Twilight Council immediately.
A good old bin switch tactic that we've been seeing from a lot of Protoss players lately. Seems like a bit of a quicker third base. Not from PartinG, but should be able to defend it. He will have 2 Void Rays up and running.
Yeah, it does mean that
And
his
even a
Void
Robo
Ray...
facility.
Yeah, there we go. We do have a Robo as well. Because he's getting this third base, it does mean that the Void Ray isn't going to be hunting Overlords, right? He has to stay at home. He has to protect it. Otherwise, a Ling run by would just force the cancel here. So, yeah, PartinG forced to be a little bit more defensive with his opener. But again, what he's doing is he's also denying scouting because, mate, we have charge.
Indeed, we do a massive tech switch here coming out from PartinG. So many gateways get thrown down. And initially, I was thinking, all right, PartinG's going to get a Robo Bay behind this. He's going to get a Disruptor for defense. You know, the standard defensive Protoss thing. But it's PartinG we're talking about. There's that Warp Prism. It is going to make its way across the map. And charge against Roaches? That is absolutely what you want.
Yeah, this
is forced Solar.
This is
to
scary.
Not get Banelings.
This is scary. This is what, 7 gateways here for PartinG. Obviously, he wasn't mining from the gases here either. He does have that third, I guess, for more minimal income because he's going to be making nothing but charge dots and sending them across the map. And this could just straight up kill Solar. Solar has no idea. He has absolutely no idea.
Yeah, he's definitely not got the right tech for this. Best case scenario, he's able to scout the Warp Prism early and then is able to surround whatever warps in, but it's definitely a big if. Thankfully for Solar, he will be sending an Overlord that direction. The Ling run bys will not see too much. He does see the Warp Prism coming in now, though.
Yeah. He's responding. He's sending his entire army to respond to this Warp Prism. There it is. We do still have a commitment with the Zealots, though. Oh my god.
Yeah, just not enough supply here. The Lings are mostly across the map, so they could not get those surrounds up and running. The Spore Crawler is doing its best to prevent the Warp Prism from coming forward, but now the Void Rays are coming in.
The boys are being forced off the line. The boys are being pulled. Pretty good SimCity here for the Queens, but the Queens are falling. More Zealots are coming in, mate, and this is the worst case scenario that I was afraid of, mate. Oh, God.
Absolutely. The Void Rays are even guarding the ramp, preventing any reinforcements from getting up here. The Zealots still hold strong. Solar trying to fight with his drones and with his Queens, but the Queens are falling. A couple of Roaches do make it up the ramp, but there they go. Gone as quickly as they came up here. GG! Immediately! And PartinG goes up to match point. He does not want to repeat the mistakes of Lightshade.
Exactly. That was brutal, mate. That was absolutely brutal. Unfortunately, Solar, he was in the dark the entire time. He had no idea what was coming his way. And just like that, PartinG, he's up 2-0, mate. Damn.
Oh boy, one more and he wins the series. And again, it's not going to be over for us. We are going to be playing out the full 5-game series regardless.
True.
Of who gets the third win first. Man, PartinG is not making it easy for Solar.
He's not. He's not, mate. Oh my god.
Oh boy. The sun is down. I mean, give it to you.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, I see in the chat, this is true. Relatively recently, a month ago, PartinG, I say a month ago, for a while now, PartinG has been sponsored by Huel. Not to be confused by G Fuel, but very similar.
H Fuel.
Yep.
It's one letter off.
Yeah.
It's the next letter in the alphabet.
How they gonna get sued? Well, we'll see.
It's a different letter.
I guess it is. But yeah. So if you do want to support PartinG, then you can invest. You can, buy some Huel. I believe he probably has a code as well to help support him.
Code, yeah.
Definitely.
Should look this up real quick.
Yeah, I was just having a look at his Twitter.
It's not quite an energy drink.
True. I think it looks like is it like a protein shake?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay.
Carbs, protein, fiber, fats,
yeah.
27 vitamins and minerals.
See, there you go. It's completely different to G Fuel. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a powder and you mix it with water and you still use a shaker with it, but it's fine.
There's probably less caffeine in it.
Yeah.
G Fuel definitely a bit more of an energy drink. Is it an isotonic? I don't have much experience.
I don't think so. I don't think it's an isotonic. I could be
There we
wrong.
go.
There's a lot of caffeine in it.
Actually, well, yeah. And speaking of caffeine, we are continuing our series here on Romanticide LE. We're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Protoss player. He does not need any caffeine because he is fueled purely by his sugar. Puppy bears. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player. He's blue, representing KaiZ Gaming. Currently down in this series, but not out. Not yet. It is Solar.
And there is still the potential for a reverse sweep here.
There is a lot of potential here. We are on a much larger map, Romanticide. I want to give the edge. Oh my god, never mind, mate. We got to forge.
Gateway Forge is on the way here for PartinG. The probe is across the map, just
oh my god,
running circles around the drones of Solar. He was already able to get that natural block force and a natural base. Now blocking the ram.
He's not just blocking the ram, mate. He's gonna get some cannons up and running as well. This has finally been spotted by Solar. He pulls the boys. He can't let this happen. Not now. Oh god.
Not now of all times. Trying to get a cannon up on the low ground, and he will.
Yeah, we
cancel that. He does cancel both of them.
Yeah, we have a second probe here as well. Cybercore's about to finish up if he wants to proxy that robo, which he very much well may. Oh god. The probe! Oh.
Not off the table. Once again, some of the cleanest micro coming out here from PartinG.
And it looks like one cannon will be killed, not cancelled, but the second cannon, the first cannon will finish up.
Yeah, just in time. There should not be enough DPS of these drones to take it out. Or not enough to out DPS the cannon. They might be able to take it out right at the end, but at what cost?
Yeah, and this is a lot of drone kills. Like, this will be cleaned up, as you said, but 6 drones went down.
That they have. Pretty massive already. We have a solid wall. Well, is there a solid wall?
Wait, he wants the proxy. Oh, he gets found!
Hey!
Thank God. Oh. GG gets called.
There we go! Solar already on his way to reverse sweep this.
Yeah. GG. PartinG, he was very committed there. Again, he wanted to proxy, he wanted to utilize that cyber core and kind of snowball from that position. But Solar, his response was very clean. Sure, he lost drones, but mate,
Really was.
he didn't die.
He could afford to lose drones. He saw how committed PartinG was with the pylon blocks, with everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he just needed to live long enough to get the Zerglings out, and then he would be fine. So we can rejoice that it is not going to be a clean sweep here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't believe. I was really scared for so long. My heart was sinking in my chest. I was like, no, not
it
like.
It definitely looked shaky.
Don't get 3-0 like this. Yeah, it was. But thankfully, Solar, he's on top of his cannon rush defense,
which is kind of a prerequisite in it if you ever want to go up against PartinG. He's gonna throw it out at least once, and on a day where he's feeling particularly spicy, he's gonna pull it off 5 times in a row.
He is. But with that, as you said, thankfully, Solar, he fights back. He fights back hard here. We are gonna be going into game number 4.
Número 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go. Oof. That it is. Are we gonna see that reverse sweep that you were talking about, mate?
It's on the way. Oxide is a pretty good map for Solar's pushes, but we'll see if it gets there as we continue our series here on Oxide LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have a blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing every single one of his fans over at twitch.tv/ I actually don't remember his URL. Sorry, PartinG, but just search SC2 PartinG and you can probably find it on Google. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player. He is red, representing KZ Gaming, KZG. It is Solar.
I definitely have a lot of memories of Oxide, at least memories of Solar playing on Oxide. A lot of them involving Hydra pushes, but again, it's been a long time since then.
Mm-hmm.
See if Solar has been able to change up his style.
Exactly. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it is going to depend on what PartinG does, because he has gone for a completely different opener every single game, whether it's been Twilight Council into DTs or Stargate into Charge All In or Cannon Rush, right? What's game 4 going to offer us? What are you thinking?
Well, we already saw the Dark Shrine, we already saw Charge All In. We haven't seen Disruptor drops. Probably for good reason.
This fast Disruptor drops. There's Glaven Eps. There's double Stargate Void Ray. There's Blink Stalker +1 Blink Stalkers. Like, there's Stargate into Triple Oracle. Yo, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Fleet Beacon into Tempest.
PartinG did do that. We casted him do that on 2000.
He was the one player able to pull it off.
I think he still lost that game, by the way. I think
he might have.
Oh my god. There was a period, for those wondering, there was a couple of months ago where Protosses were trying to go into fast Fleet Beacon Tempest on 2000 atmospheres and get in between the bases. With mixed success. There's a reason why we don't see it too often anymore.
Yeah. One of my favorite times that happened was, I think we casted Zest after you saw PartinG do it, and it was like, ooh, I could probably refine that, and he was like, nope, I can't. Yeah. I'm giving it up. Never again.
Never again, mate. Never again. Oh, God. All right, well, here we go. Finally, we bought enough time where the openers have come out, and PartinG is going for a Stargate first.
That he is. So just tries to go for his own 3 hatchery coming down. PartinG opening up with Void Ray once again. I'm kind of feeling an Oracle behind this, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, Yeah, we shall see. Again, we did have a Void Ray first last game, sorry, 2 games ago on Oxide. And Oxide is, sorry, on, God, I'm all over the place, on Blackburn. But on Oxide, like, you know, well, this is a bit of a more standard map here, and ooh, mate, you called it.
There we go. PartinG, we're linked. But at Fuel.
Do you have a shaker? I think you do, right? Maybe?
My sister does.
Of course.
I don't have my own.
Okay, look, if it's your sister's, I guess it's yours. You just take everything of hers anyway. God damn.
Look, it's in the house.
Oh my god.
It was just lying there, you know?
Sure.
In your gym bag.
Just in her room, in her drawer, you know? It's open for anyone to take. God damn it. All right.
See, you get it.
Yeah, shaking my head, mate. Meanwhile, we do have only one Oracle as a follow-up here. Immediately, we do have a Robo follow-up, by the way, from PartinG. And we could be...
Yeah, not overly...
Go ahead.
Yeah, not overly committed to the Stargate play once again. Just a single Oracle to try to get some damage across the map and maybe get some scouting done.
I'll be honest, I want to see a Robotic Spay. I'll be honest. That's what I want to see.
So do I, but... We're gonna see a Forge before that.
True.
Do we even have a Twilight Council? There's
No,
a
we
Forge
do
before
not.
Twilight Council.
Yeah, it is. There's the Bay, mate. It looked like it. There were no additional gateways. There was no Twilight Council. I was like, mate, it's got to be for a Robotics Bay. It's so greedy. Meanwhile, the Lings, they come in. They're going to be able to take down this Adept, but they will not break into the natural base. And, oh my god, we're going to be seeing Disruptors
in the wall.
and double Stargates.
Oh my.
This
Should we see?
is disgusting.
This is peak PartinG.
Oh god. All right, here we go. The Adepts, the Glaveless Adepts, by the way, are going across the map to try and harass. Meanwhile, Lings also try and poke at the third base. Oh my god.
Oh, the wall, the wall, the wall, the wall!
Ooh.
Very quick on the warp in. Just as it comes off cooldown. Lings are unfortunately on a little bit of move command, and because the Lings are across the map, they aren't in position to defend. There are a couple of roaches, but it doesn't take much for PartinG to go around the roaches.
Yeah, exactly. As the Adepts, they do shade into the natural base as well, still dealing a lot of damage, keeping these roaches busy. Meanwhile, the idea behind this is that once the roaches deal with this, if they go for a counterattack with the queens alongside them, man, we are going to have Disruptors to defend.
Indeed, we are. That's why PartinG is trying his best to force Solar into that early attack, trying to force a bit of an all-in here. Not getting too much damage done, but he does see a lot of queens out. He does see a lot of roaches being produced. He knows that regardless, Solar does want to go for a bit of a timing, but he's not going to be overly committed like he was in the past. Still getting that Spire out.
And what's important is that PartinG does not see that Spire. He did not go deep into that third base. He was not able to scout that tech. So he can honestly be caught off guard by this. Because PartinG, he's only going to have Void Rays and Disruptors to defend. And Mutas, they could catch him off guard. They could dive on these Void Rays and deal with them and then just snowball.
Yeah, there is a level of math involved. A certain number of Mutas better than a certain number of Void Rays, but it's a pretty complex formula.
Definitely.
And yeah, thankfully, PartinG is still getting that fleet beacon out, so as long as he scouts the Mutalisk coming his way early, he can switch into Phoenixes, he can get Aeon Pulse Crystals, but he has... Oh, he's getting close to seeing it!
Just move to the right, puppy. Just move to the right. Just a little bit more.
Follow the drones! Follow the drones!
No!
And he does with that revelation.
Just barely. He sees... If those drones didn't go back to mining, he actually wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
But now he knows. He knows that Mutas are on the way. He should know.
Yeah, I was trying to get Flux Veins, but immediately cancels it for Aeon Pulse Crystals. Switches into Phoenix Production, should not have to worry about Mutas. And actually, the Mutas are in pretty low numbers regardless.
Yeah.
They will be able to avoid the Void Rays, but if they stand and deliver, they will not trade well at all.
I'm a little bit concerned here. I mean, the Mutas, sure, they're pulling away the army, I guess, and they're getting a couple of drone kills, a couple of probe kills. Oh, actually, that probe count, that kill count getting higher.
Yeah, taking out that probe count bit by bit. Solar having a little bit of a comfortable lead here when it comes to the workers, but he wants to end this now.
And he can't.
Or as quickly as he can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He's maxing out. Like, let's bear this in mind. There are a lot of lanes, a lot of roaches, queens, ravagers are finally being morphed in. So this push is going to be big. It's going to be all about the disruptors. It's going to be all about the positioning of PartinG.
That it will, and just based on the previous games and PartinG's reputation in general, you have to be optimistic for him, but I don't know, sometimes it takes just a couple of biles to catch the Protoss army out of position, to zone the Protoss army out, and allow the Lynx to really get in.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the rocks are going down. What's important is that there are stasis wards scattered throughout, so Solar has to be careful. PartinG does see the army. He does know it's on its way.
And he is able to chase it back for now, at least. Ooh, almost taking a bile to the face.
Oh my god.
He's getting a bunch of banelings for free.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, there we go. That's a Skadoosh if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, nice stasis ward. It does take out a lot of these things. There's another one behind that as well. Meanwhile, the disruptors are a little bit exposed. Oh my god.
They are, but they do get the purification novas, and the majority of the Ravagers have been taken out. The Queens are still here. They've got a lot of transfuses on them, but what is there to buffer for the Queens? Meanwhile, the Mutalisk is still finding some damage, but is it going to be enough as the Phoenixes chase them away? Void Rays gonna avoid the biles.
They do avoid the biles. Meanwhile, the fourth base is still standing strong. All the Roach Ravagers are going down. The disruptor shots go off, and now there's only Queens left.
From the north, southeast, and the west, these purification novas are just hitting Solar from every direction. Probes are finally starting to fall. PartinG is very far behind the workers, but his base is still up and running. He is still alive. This was a push meant to kill PartinG.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, another purification nova goes off as well. The mutants have finally been cleaned up. Now PartinG only has to worry about that frontal assault. But you know what? The Queens, the count wasn't reset. Like, he was able to hold on a little bit longer. But what's scary is that they're running out of energy. They're running out of transfuse.
And they are. And once they run out of energy, these Void Rays can definitely go toe-to-toe with them.
Definitely.
That purification nova gets such a juicy connection.
It does.
And another one!
Does. Oh my god. Okay, some of the disruptors do get picked off. There's only 3 remaining here, but there are so many Void Rays.
But the Novas! He's practically herding the army into Novas left and right. The army is completely wiped out here. Least in the front. GG is called. PartinG will take the series, but we have one more map to, we have one more map.
Oof. GG.
Definitely a little dire at times there for PartinG, but he just had to believe in the power of his balls.
And
got this purification novas that he needed, and man,
yeah,
all he needed.
That's all he needed, mate. I mean, those mutas were honestly dealing a surprising amount of damage. That was pretty impressive to see, not gonna lie. And they made that a little bit closer, right? Because the mutas, they basically cleared out an entire mineral line. But that's not enough. As you were saying, Solar, that move had to kill PartinG. And PartinG was just doing such a good job keeping his Void Rays alive, getting the most perfect disruptor shots as well. Like, ugh.
Oh,
damn.
It was beautiful to see, and I don't even play Protoss.
Yeah, that was beautiful to see, and I'm a Zerg player. Like, again, like that's the defense you want there if you're PartinG. It also, yeah, just wow, what a game.
Indeed, and hopefully we're able to conclude with something that's at least as exciting here on 2000 Atmospheres LE, where there ain't no rest on the wicked. Money don't grow on trees, they grow on map wins. And in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg player looking to get that one more map win here to, you know, just have a little bit of a consolation for the series. Is going to be representing KZ Gaming KZG. He is Solar.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is blue, representing himself and the Sugar Puppy Bears all over the world. He's already taken the series, but you know what? Can he go further and take another map? We shall see. It is PartinG.
just, man, looking back at the night we've had, is how we're gonna be ending it all.
Yep. It's all gonna end on 2,000 atmospheres, and you know what that means? We're gonna see Tempest. Mate. We're gonna...
I would hope so. I'm sure Solar would as well.
Oh god.
Sounds like a quick map win. Sounds like a quick map win.
I mean, yeah, if it gets scattered. If it gets scattered, 100%. 100%. But we'll see here. Again, what I appreciate from PartinG is that he has gone for a different game. Oh, sorry, for a different style every game, right? Again, like he's just mixed things up quite well in this series. Does he have something else in store for us here? Does he have something else, you know, for the style points? You know, we saw what Clem did with his with his game 5, and it was go mech? Question mark.
Now we need to figure out the Protoss equivalent for that. Tempest, obviously.
Obviously, man.
I'm hoping that I can subliminally influence PartinG here just by saying it enough.
Oh boy, we'll see. We'll see what he has in store for us, as it will not be a Stargate. It'll be a Twilight Council.
Okay. Switching things up a ton. I believe he went for this as early as game number 1, where he went for that Dark Shrine opening. Oh man, that game number 1 is starting to come back to me like the start and the end. That, I think, was the only game that was close in this series. Sure, PartinG dropped a map, but that was more because he went for a proxy that failed.
Yeah, let's remind everyone, because I know like a lot of people like, yo, Solar is looking really like rough around the edges. But game 1, Solar, he was poised to win, mate. He was ahead. He was taking fights. He had his lurkers. He was in a great position. And then just in one swift move, everything fell apart for him. But like he played well in game 1, at least until towards the end.
Even then, I would say, I mean, it's hard to really anticipate PartinG go for such a ballsy engagement like that, win, and then have enough left over to go for a counterattack like he did. And speaking of game number 1, we have another Dark Shrine opening.
You were talking about it. You were like, yo, I'm getting game 1 vibes, and mate, again, you're synced up with old mate Big Boy PartinG himself. Dark Shrine is on the way. But this time, you know, there isn't a fast robo like we saw in game 1.
Yeah, not quite yet, so they're going to be warping them in immediately across the map. Might be looking to get them in back at home and then making this slow trek across the map.
Yeah, interesting choice, to say the least. Because again, they have a long ways to walk, but I guess, you know, there's a bit of a less investment into them, right? Not going into that robo, so if it doesn't work, you know, you don't have to worry as much. We'll see. We'll see how this comes together here for PartinG.
As he just continues to expand, he is going to be using the Adepts to sus...
I was like, where are the DT's eyes? A little bit supply block there, so has to wait for the pylon to finish up. And then we may finally see the DTs? Question mark? Maybe?
Come on, PartinG. You know you want to go for it.
Maybe?
He's actually spending his supply on probes.
What's the Dark Shrine? Did he accidentally throw down the Dark Shrine? Is that what happened? Is that... Like, he didn't scout anything that would have, like, made him react otherwise. Like, the lair is late. There were no spores either.
It's a throw Solar off, really, as Solar doesn't scout the Dark Shrine.
Well, he didn't, right? There's still potential, by the way, for the Dark... No, not anymore, I guess. I mean, there's a spore here at the 3rd. There's still no detection here, but... yeah, wow, okay. Never mind.
I guess it's just insurance related down the line.
Was it a mistake? Did he accidentally not make the robo? Was that what happened? Was he meant to make the robo?
I mean, that would make sense, right? He was meant to make the robo and then either halfway decided not to or just kind of forgot to, and by the time he did start building the robo facility, he was like, it's probably too late. You know what? I'm not in a terrible position economically. I didn't commit too hard, so I might as well just play out a macro game from here.
You know what this is? This is the equivalent of... It happens sometimes in Brood War. Very rarely, where like one player, he thinks he's so much better than his opponent that like at the start of the game he like pulls up like away like 3 workers and they do nothing. It's like he invested in a Dark Shrine. It's just wasted resources. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna just win anyway. I don't care.
It's adding a bit to the decor in the main base. You know, it really brings it together. It's aesthetic, really, more than anything else.
I get really it's a mind game for when he gets scouted and then Solar freaks out, but he didn't scout, so he didn't freak out.
Yeah. That's a life hack, by the way, for all players out there. Just don't scout, and you won't overreact.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it's done. You can't overreact if you don't scout. That's a Yaku quote right there. That's
You can't panic if you're not aware of what's going on.
Exactly.
If you don't know what's coming your way, you won't be afraid of what's coming your way.
Ignorance is bliss, is what we're really trying to say. It's great. It's beautiful.
It's a bit too piffy for me.
Meanwhile,
a little too refined for my taste.
Meanwhile, PartinG, he's pushing out across the map. Plus, is on the way. He's working on his Colossus here to round out his army. Not Disruptors, not this time. And Colossus are going to do so well against all of these Lings. Meanwhile, the Lings, they almost get caught out. A couple of them do get shaved off.
Yeah, you can see that Solar for a split second thought, can I catch these Stalkers? And then remembered that there was Blink, so blinked away. And yeah, PartinG is definitely taking it up. If you were in PartinG's shoes right now, you really could go either way. You know, Colossus, just to deal with the Lings that will be providing a buffer for the Roaches and Ravages. Let Stalkers deal with the rest. Or you can go Disruptors and, you know, take your chances on trying to land those Purification Novas.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I'm sure PartinG wants to eventually get to Disruptors. I'm sure he wants to diversify and refine his army and his splash damage. But at the moment, he's doing quite well without it. You know, just microing with these Stalkers. Doesn't want to get caught out, though. Oh, as the Lings are going to be able to chase some of these down.
Yeah, Blink is still on cooldown. A decent couple of pickoffs here for both players, really. PartinG shaving off the Link count a little bit. PartinG getting a couple of Stalkers. Here comes the flank.
Oh,
here comes the Blink.
Yeah, last minute Blink there. We do have reinforcements. A couple of Stalkers still get caught out, though. Nice catch by Solar.
Whatever you can really do to weaken your opponent before the big engagements happen. Since we get the big engagement, Solar's looking to surround.
That he is.
Wait for these Banelings to finish up.
Yeah, the Banelings, they are morphing in the face of a PartinG. Baneling speed is completed as well, but Solar, he's forced back for now. And honestly, this is fine. Like, mate, Solar, because of like the opening and how wonky the opening was for PartinG, and he wasn't able to harass really with either Oracles or DTs or Void Rays or Adepts or anything. Like, Solar's economy has been left untouched.
Really has, and that is where Solar excels, as we have been able to see in those last couple of games, or at least in those Clem games. Really wants to make it to the mid game where he only has to worry about getting his units up and running.
Yeah, definitely. Now, PartinG, he is now across the map. Again, going to be relying a lot on these force fields. He has so many sentries with this army, and this can definitely work, but it is so risky just because of the Ravagers, right? Of the Biles of Solar.
Absolutely is. A couple of really good force fields, and there's definitely more where that came from. A bit of an awkward position for Protoss to fight in. Very good force fields coming this way, forcing all of these Banelings into a choke point where the Colossus have a really good time chipping away at them. These Banelings have tried to break through. A couple of them do, but nowhere near enough of them. Solar has just lost his entire Ling Bane buffer. The Ravagers are ripe for the pick-in. The Colossus is still alive, and the Stalkers chase down what stragglers remain.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I was a little bit concerned there because, again, a lot of Banelings did make it through. They did connect, but with Stalkers, and they just don't really trade too well against them. With that Solar, he does lose a base. A couple of probes did fall due to this run-by. This smalling run-by actually more than paying for itself. But can PartinG keep pushing on forward? Because, again, he did sustain a lot of losses. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah,
oh, God.
Force fields are running low. Blinks forward with the Stalkers. Avoids the Banelings, and the Colossus actually sniping enough of the Banelings so they don't really get juicy connections. He's sort of fine with losing these sentries. Again, it's going to take a long time for them to regather that energy.
Exactly. Now we see a blink on forward.
Looks like PartinG is barely doing it.
Every single Ravager goes down, mate. He is doing it. By the way, the force fields were good enough. The Evo chambers go down, and GG gets called.
That wasn't even just a GG. Solar, he knows PartinG likes his GGs. That was a GGG. And with that, oh man, that was a 4-1 PartinG absolutely dominating in that PvZ. The one game he dropped was the one game he decided to get a little over his head and go for that gateway cannon rush.
Yeah, the Gate Forge on Ramanda's side was interesting to say the least, but I imagine PartinG, he probably just didn't want to play a long game on that map regardless, depending on how it went. And yeah, PartinG really asserting his dominance here in this matchup. Solar showing some of his weaknesses in this matchup.
Definitely. Had a really good answer to, well, I feel like Solar definitely has a really good answer to the current meta, right? How to deal with a Protoss player who plays a bit more standard, but PartinG, not that he is being too unorthodox here, but just making a couple of little changes in his tactics that Solar is just not prepared for.
Definitely.
And he definitely has a lot of tactics as well.
Yeah.
Bit of a different game every map in the series.
Definitely. Boy, at the end of the day, you know, these players, they still walk away with some money. As a reminder, this is still an invitational, so everyone walks away with a baseline 30 USD, and then on top of that, they walk away with a little bit more depending on how many maps they won.
We do.
Are you doing the math?
What is the? Let me refresh. Wait, what is the overall kind of prize pool? So 30 for participation, right? 560 USD divided by wins. Okay, so.
Oh god.
And we have 15 games played, right? So about 37.3, and times supporting 1 so 4 plus 3, 7 equals 261 approximately, but then there's a base like $30, so that's plus 30. Walks away with $291 and approximately anyway, $291, almost 300. 291.
Is that PartinG? Or who's
approximately, that? Yeah, PartinG.
PartinG. Ooh, almost 300 USD, mate. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a night's work. Not gonna lie. I don't know if I want to put like calculating the rest of the payouts on you right now and putting you on the spot.
37
I don't
times Slim 1-2 versus PartinG.
Oh god.
And then 1-3 versus Solar, so that's 1-2, so that's times 5 equals 185, and then you get that plus 30, so he's got approximately 215. Not bad, not too bad.
Is that Clem?
That's Clem.
Yeah. 115.
And Soul, 150. 215.
215. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's including the base. Yeah. Pretty good. Solar won 2 games against Clem, and then 1 game against PartinG, so that's times 3, and that's still not too bad. I mean, 111, and then you add plus 30, 141. Not too bad. 108. Not too bad for a night's work.
Exactly. Everyone walks away with something here. Again, for those wondering, OlimoLeague used to be a weekly event with a monthly finals, but the structure of this event has changed. A lot of that is because of the influx in events for Korean players, so players have less time to dedicate to a weekly event, so instead they've changed it into an invitational.
That they have, and we have a lot of different themes for each week. Last week, it was actually a 2v2. It was a round robin, but with 3 different 2v2 teams. Oh man, if you can catch a VOD of that, absolutely should, because man, that was something. Tonight, the theme was King of Races, because I refuse to say what the official one was, and Rey de las Razas, taking a page out of the Latin American scene, and we have it definitively here. Protoss has won. PartinG has won both of his series, so yeah. And at round robin format.
Yeah, congratulations, PartinG.
Representing Protoss.
I recommend everyone to tune into the VODs because again, PartinG versus Clem was so close as well. Like Clem was looking like a beast at the start of that series, and then PartinG woke up and didn't let the game last long enough for for Clem to take it any further. But yeah, what a day of StarCraft today, man.
It was. You know what I just realized, Slade?
What's up? Was your math wrong?
Video automatically calculated the payouts.
It did. So if you want to have a look at the accurate, correct payouts, then !B in the chat, and you can be directed to that Wikipedia page, and you will see the payouts for the tournament. But thank you so much, Yaku, for joining me and for doing your advanced math there on stream.
Advanced.
I appreciate it.
Literally, the name of literally the name of the class I took was Foundational Math.
Shaking my head, man. Shaking my head. I love how chat's catching up. He's really doing math on stream. Oh boy, it's always a mistake. It's always a mistake, man. Oh god. And with that,
what did the guys in chat get? Our gratitude.
We didn't do predictions. We should have. In this format, there's a lot you can do with predictions, not gonna lie. Next time. Next time we'll do it. Remind us, chat. Remind us. If there is a next time.
Hopefully. Yeah, surprisingly, the puns weren't too much for OlimoLeague, and we were able to limit them this broadcast, so yeah, she might be open to bring us back again.
Yeah, she may be happy. I don't know. We kept saying the name of the tournament. That may not bode well for Molly. I don't know. Oh god. But with that, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. Yaku, why don't you tell the people, who the hell are you? Why are you?
Who am I?
Why are you?
Where am I?
Are you gonna let him?
Yeah. Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I may be streaming in 2 weeks' time. Definitely have some free time, but we'll see. Twitter.com @Empora Yakuzaku, ! Discord in the chat will bring you to the CranKy Ducklings Discord server. You can find myself, you can find Light, you can find everyone else in the CranKy clan, in the CranKy team, as well as the CranKy affiliates, as we like to call them. Do like to hang about there. Apart from that, my shirts or my blankets now, apparently.
Oh god. So yes, Yaku does stream on his own channel every now and then. I say every now and then. It's been like a month since he streamed, just because he's been so
it's the longest drought.
Yeah, he's been really busy with his studies, as you can tell by his math on stream. He needs to focus on it.
Done.
So
I'm almost there.
He's almost done. He's almost done.
And it comes the harder part.
Oh boy. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter as well. I do stream occasionally throughout the week, but recently I've also been taking a bit of a break from streaming, just because we've been so busy with all the DreamHack casts. For those wondering, yeah, you can follow me there if you wish, but more importantly, you can follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We are live throughout the week with plenty of StarCraft, whether it's Korean, Oceanic, Southeast Asian, Latin American, North American, almost everything except for European, because we do need to sleep at some point. But we won't be sleeping this week, because we will also be the B stream for DreamHack. Not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be the B stream for DreamHack China, DreamHack Europe, and DreamHack North America. So we do have a bit of a day off because of OlimoLeague. We didn't want to commit to OlimoLeague and then DreamHack on top of that. That would have been insane. So we handed that off to Grant and Steadfast. We will be handling the B stream tomorrow.
That we will. One after the other, though.
There we go. Go.
Well, the one after the other one is probably on Thursday, not immediately tomorrow. But yeah, we will have a B stream for DreamHack China going on tomorrow.
Yeah, I mixed up my days. We will be B stream for China tomorrow, and then the marathon stream is the day after, right? Is that?
Look, it all blends together.
It all blends together. We cast so much StarCraft. We had a 15-hour stream last week, for those wondering, of nothing but casting. It was crazy. But yeah, if you enjoyed the cast, then consider following us. If you enjoyed the tournament, support the tournament via Patreon, !Ollie Patreon, or OlimoLeague Patreon in the chat, one of the two. To check out the Patreon page, OlimoLeague is completely funded by you, by the community. So again, we appreciate your continued support. No, not you. No, not kidding.
I don't have money. I don't have money.
Actually,
that's a lie.
Oh, there you go. There you go. If you want to support us, the CranKy Duckling, then you can, support us here on Twitch with Twitch subscriptions, Twitch Prime. We also have our own Patreon page to fund our own events as well. But our events are a little bit smaller, and they're a little bit more directed towards the amateur scene and the oceanic scene. But if you want to support us anyway, you can with our Patreon as well. And our Patreon is set up just like OlimoLeague to grow, so we can boost the prize pool of our weekly events and have monthly events. And all the money we make here on this channel also helps us fund our pro team, because we also have our pro players in the Oceanic region and Latin American region and North American as well. As you can see our jerseys there.
Oh, wait. Screen's blocking.
Yeah, Yaku has one as well, behind the blue screen. Why is there a blue screen? I don't know. It's just
sometimes
there.
you can't afford a green screen.
Shaking my head, mate.
Shaking what you got.
Shaking my head, mate. And with that, we are done for the day. Yaku, do you have anything else you want to add?
Good being back here in OlimoLeague, definitely the tournament more than anything else. The tournament that inspired us at the CranKy Ducklings to start our own events here and to just get our own productions going on.
Our events are all like based off of or like their like skeletal structure was based off of OlimoLeague. So yeah, like same with our Patreon as well. It was all based off of that just because of how successful it was and how close we are with Oli and with Crank. So yeah, we wish them the best of luck, even if we don't cast OlimoLeague anymore. I hope that they do well. And shout out to Wardy, because Wardy, he usually casts the OlimoLeague and he's the main caster for that. So yeah, even though we won't be casting the next one, we wish him the best of luck as well.
That we do, especially because he has been preparing these past couple of hours for DreamHack EU, which will be starting in about half an hour from now, if my math is correct.
Yes, if you want more StarCraft, in 30 minutes, DreamHack Europa. That will be continuing, and I'm sure players like Clem, Raynor, Cyril, they're all going to be featured there on stream.
Man, Clem got such a good warm-up.
He did. Oh, God. And with that, thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support, and we will see you guys tomorrow for DreamHack China.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bella.